What's up everybody, Emperor John Kill 3D Gaming here with another Breakers video. Now this video, it's not going to be showing you how to play the game like I did with the Survivor and the Raider. It's just the simple steps on how to get you started when you first start Dragon Ball Breakers. These are some very easy steps. There's going to be no actual gameplay or matches. I'm just showing you and giving you some brief explanations and some tips on what to do. Step 1 is to create your character. This has a very similar character creation system than Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2. Very similar, you build your character's height, body weight, skin, hair, ears, etc. But you're not choosing multiple races like in Xenoverse. Therefore, since Xenoverse is a completely different game, it's an online MMORPG fighter game. This one is just, like I said, it's a standard survival, one versus many type of game. Now, there is a wide range of similar customizations that you will find, though, from Xenoverse 2, such as similar hairstyles, similar eye designs, eyebrow designs, facial features like facial scarring, noses. There's only two types of voices in this game, just a regular male voice and a regular female voice. There's not multiple, like a deeper voice, higher voice type of thing. You know, being able to customize the iris color, such as your pupil. If you want to go in without a nose, you can do that. If you want to go in with Krillin's 6 dots on the forehead, or a few, I don't know why. Well, you know, I'm not gonna front. I do it in Xenoverse 2 because it actually looks pretty tough. Is Yamcha's scars on his face, but you can get through this character creation system in this game very quick, just like you can in Xenoverse 2. You just want to make a character that's easy to represent your avatar, and mine is very reminiscent to my Xenoverse 1 character. So one of the next steps you will do, though, after creating said character, is you'll be pressing start to go to your battle settings. This is where you set your transfers. Transfers is your loadout, basically. The loadout to your survivor. You can customize many transfers to take as many loadouts as you want. Me, I don't see the need to create a different loadout because you could just go straight to your main loadout and change your character. Now, you can play as your regular survivor or characters from the anime, which alone they also come with different benefits and abilities. When you choose someone like Oolong, for example, you can shapeshift into the missile, you can shapeshift into camouflage, which is actually very useful in the field. And depending which transfers you choose will determine which characters you turn into first, second, and third. This is where you choose what characters to take into battle, and each character does come along with their own skills and abilities that you can intermix with the different characters. Like if you get Majin Buu, for example, you unlock the ability to shout, which throws enemies back. Or if you remember that episode with Super Buu in the Hyperbolic Time Chamber with Gotenks and Piccolo, that's the attack that you can basically do. And you get characters' signature moves. Some you have to unlock by getting said character, or some you can train for, that they'll either come for it. And there's multiple variations within that character's transfer. Picking someone like Goku, you can get access to base Goku, Kaioken Goku, Goku Super Saiyan 1, Goku Super Saiyan 2, Goku Super Saiyan 3, God 1, and God 2, just to name a few. And even changing their cosmetics, which even their cosmetics is not just a cosmetic, but it's an entirely different set within that character, because their powers are different, their transformations can be different, the limit of how long they can stay in the field if you have them upgraded enough to go into combat. You'll be digging a lot within the transfers to figure out which loadout works for you, which transformations you could take with you, and changing the different forms and outfits of said attack, which would also change how your character looks, or which attacks you can take with you into the field. And different attacks require less energy or more energy. But the one part you'll be getting into the most will be your active and passive skills. These are abilities that you unlock by unlocking characters. They come with it, or you can get at the shop, which I will get to the shop in a moment. These are abilities that you can fiddle around with to test around different loadouts, such as Kaioken knocking your enemy back, rapid fire ki blasts, smoke, solar flares, traps for the enemies, devices that could grapple you out of a situation, the flying nimbus, enemy radars, things that could help you within the field. And also, if you use them at the correct time, sometimes if an enemy is too powerful, they can overpower your abilities, but that's where you have to choose which abilities to invest in, which abilities that are between 3-star, 4-star, 1-star, 2-star, so on and so forth. You should get where I'm going with this. Then your passive skills are abilities that can help you A, stay within your transformed character state longer, 2, being able to defend yourself more effectively, 3, being able to get out of, let's say if an enemy is about to blow up the whole area, basically gonna AoE the whole area, you can get out of there instant transmission style. Being able to run faster, which is also a very useful ability that I personally use. I've increased sprint because it does make it difficult for the enemy to just launch their regular ki attacks at you when you can get out of the way. Now, ki tracking, that's another ability that I use personally for myself. You'll be able to see where the enemy is within that distance. There's also abilities that can help your guard stay up higher, being able to charge faster, being able to boost how much strength that your attacks can dish out. Because let's be real, when you start off at the beginning of a game like this, a lot of you will have a learning curve, but you can level up fairly quickly and achieve these abilities at a very moderate rate. You know, not a super fast rate, but not a slow rate. Now, I'm gonna correct myself. The only way that you can level up at a fast rate is when you get the roll bonus passive. It's not a passive skill or an ability. It's just when a new season starts, every time you get the roll bonus, it helps you increase your character at a much faster rate, which is always useful in this kind of game because getting through certain matches can be difficult. Step 3 is to upgrade your supers, upgrade your skills. This is where when you're in the little mini hub area before you start a match or before you want to choose where you want to play, such as choosing to be a survivor or choosing to be a raider, you can level up your super attacks. These can be affecting all of your transfers. You can choose which powers to strengthen, but at the cost, they do become a little pricey. The only way that you can unlock a lot of these, what I like to call them fire points, you basically have to just do challenges, survive the game, because it's a separate currency to help you level up. Or whenever you try to unlock characters and you get duplicates of the same character, they will turn into fire currency that allows you to upgrade said abilities. And this is also where you can not test it because you have to test your abilities in the field. You can at least get a little video that helps you understand what these attacks look like. It explains how much power they will do, or your consume limit, and help you decide what abilities you should invest in. Now, your skills are your other passive skills. Your passive skills and your active skills, you can also upgrade those, which taking a skill like camouflage, Kaioken, solar flare, after image teleportation, instant transmission, you can upgrade their effectiveness, which is something you need to invest in if you have a better chance at surviving. Or if you're the kind of player that is skilled enough and has a very powerful loadout, you could be able to go and take on the raid boss, which is still a 50-50 because the raid bosses and the raid characters, they also level up. They also gain XP in a very similar fashion to the survivor, where you're just upgrading their passive skills and you're upgrading the level of strength that the attack output is, where being the survivor, you're able to do more with leveling up. Now, you have the shop, which is for cosmetics, and cosmetics can be purchased through either Zenny or through the TP medals, which was made popular through Xenoverse 2. Now, the TP medals and Zenny, you can invest in getting both, or if you really want to use the TP medals, some of the items here are fairly priced for the TP medals, which is difficult for me to even want to say because I despise microtransactions, but they're not invasive here, and just like they're not invasive in Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2. Now, some items can be pricier than others, but these are items that are based on characters from the anime. So yes, I would expect these items to be a little bit more expensive, or if you level up and you go down the dragon tier list, which is kind of like a season pass that you don't pay for. Every time they do a season, the level up season pass bar is free. You can also get cosmetics and items and things from the shop. Now, the only thing you would have to purchase from the shop is when a raider comes out, whether you accumulate enough Zenny or you accumulate enough TP medals. That's really the only way. Then you can also purchase different voice lines for the enemies that you can say in the field, like some of their quoted catchphrases or things they would have said in the manga or the anime. They will yell at you in the field. Then you get anime characters, which alone they also come with their own set of passive skills and active skills. I haven't invested in them yet. I only have 2 of them, which is Oolong and Bulma, which they came with my game, but here you can see they're purchasable. And then you can also purchase skills and abilities that you can't get by leveling up in the game. Now, that's all said and done with cosmetics. Now, what you will be spending your time to try to unlock is what is called the Spirit Siphon, which is your character transfers, purchased through these tickets, TP medals, or Zenny. And these will just send out a different random, they're basically RNG for the characters. And sometimes you'll get what you want and sometimes you don't. That's the one gripe I have about this, that I feel that you should have a greater chance at getting the characters you want. Or after you get the same characters that are like blue level or purple level, you should be able to get the yellow gold tier level characters much faster. Because the only thing that this does is when you get a new character, of course it's not going to tell you that, yeah, we're going to refund it to your fire points. No, you'll see when you get a new character, but other than that, any character you may have already owned, or if they come with abilities that you did not have, they will be treated as new, or you'll be getting new techniques and abilities that won't go to your fire points, because the fire points, again, are used for just leveling up. But getting new transformations and new characters to play with, this is where you go to. And they're always alternating every season or adding more to this one, which it's tempting, but it's up to you though if you want to choose to invest actual money to unlock it. I really haven't invested money into this game. I've done things the hard way, such as leveling up to get Zenny, leveling up to get TP medals, and that is how I've chose to play the game. Now, is it a slow grind at times? Yes, it can be, but in a way, you do feel rewarded for the effort that you put in, which is something that this game does make you feel good for. Every time you unlock a character, and it's a great character to use, and they come with abilities that you want or cosmetics that you want, you will at least, I want to say, you'll have at least a 50 to 60% chance. Higher than most RNG type of purchasing systems in other games. I don't particularly like it, but I can't despise it either because I haven't felt ripped off, which is something that treading on a field like this is very careful. Now, my last and easy step is just to tell you guys that if you invest in getting into this game, practice makes perfect with any kind of game. You can't go into this playing it like it's a regular type of DBZ game. You can't go into it thinking it's Xenoverse or Xenoverse 2, Fighters, Kakarot, Tenkaichi. You can't go into it thinking it's that. If you go into it thinking that it's that, you will get your shit rocked and you will have a bad time. You know, practice makes perfect. And every player who plays this game, I highly suggest that you master the loadouts that you want to master, practice the characters that you want to practice with, the abilities and powers, in order for you to succeed throughout this game. So that's all I gotta say. This is Emperor John Killed 3D Gaming. Be sure to like, subscribe, favorite. I'll see you in the next video or the next live stream. Take care.